So the time has come to the end. She's off to her new owner. In a few days, this is probably the last drive I will have with this car, and I'm gonna miss it. Honestly, this is one of the funniest cars to drive in stock I've ever driven. It is a big boat, like it's just fun to drive. I can't explain it. If you ever get a chance to drive one of these, especially in stock, go for it. Honestly, you'll have so much fun. All you do is keep your foot down and you just take every corner you can. So let's go for the last drive and I'll explain why I even got this car and where she's going. This is just the best thing ever. This micro or mini sunriser, because you always use one of these and you always get sun in this little gap. So best thing Skoda ever designed. Alright, so let's start why I got the second one of these in the first place. So my other car, well, it did broke, but how it all started is I somewhat crashed the other car, and I started looking for, I was like, should I just get a new shell and put all the parts from that car to another shell? But it's hard to find a 4x4 shell. But I found one, and I found this car for sale. But I was like, oh, it's actually too much work, and I got recommended by a few people. Just chop it back off, weld it on. Might do a video on it, what happened and how I fixed it. My other Octavia. So I did that instead. But this car just disappeared off the sale. But before that, I messaged the guy if he's still available, and he said, yeah, of course it is. But I said to him, oh, sorry for wasting your time. I decided not to use it and not to buy it, and so on and so forth. I said, alright, that's fine. About 2 weeks passed. I was driving the modified car, exactly just past that McDonald's that's in front of me, and the gearbox somewhat decided to fall out. So the mount actually ripped out the bolts out of the gearbox, and the gearbox landed on the ground, making a big crack, messing up the subframe, so on and so forth. So I was like, where do I get that specific gearbox, because that's an Audi TT gearbox? So like, just literally back there, it happened just there. I was like, I need a car to get to work and so on. So I messaged the guy, because the car was not for sale anymore. If this, I was hoping, but didn't have much hope, that he still has it. He didn't reply for about 2 days, and then guess what? He replied that he still has it and it's still for sale. I was like, great, I'm on it. I'm gonna go and buy it straight away. So I went down to Birmingham. Yep, Birmingham out of all places. Bought it. Drove it back. So the only reason why I got this car is to drive something around while the other one's getting fixed. Now the other one's getting fixed. This one was looking for its new home. In the first day I bought this, 4 people asked me, is it for sale? Is it for sale? And I said, eventually it will be. Well, this car's already sold now. It's going to a good home somewhere in Dover. Dover? Somewhere like that, yeah, somewhere far away. Loads of people just wanted it for parts. Like, someone offered me 500 quid just for the shell. I was like, I'm not selling the car for parts, I want it to be restored. Well, the original plan for me was to swap all the parts or restore this one, so it's immaculate. But I don't have the time or the money or the skill to do it, so it's going to someone who will actually be able to do it. And it's not getting broken for parts, because most people that messaged me wanted to break this car for parts, or they just literally found out, said to me, oh, can I just get the gearbox? I was like, no, sorry. I'm gonna miss this car. It's so much fun to drive, honestly. You're just like a big boat. You just go over speed bumps at 40 and just, honestly, you press the brakes on and then you go, whoa, like on a seesaw. Like, so much fun. That little turbo doing its best. I absolutely love it. It's so quiet and comfortable, honestly. And this is such a clean example, like one owner since new. If you want to know more information about this car, watch my previous video I made about this car. Absolutely, I'm gonna miss it so much. I was planning to keep it, but I have no space or the time for this car. So yeah, she's going to a good home. I'm not making any money on it, I'm actually losing money on it. So, but it did me well. I drove it around for about almost 2 months. You can tell the car's been well maintained when they've got Bosch windscreen wipers. Every time I see them, you know the car's been well taken care of. The car's been standing for 3 years, and I was changing the wheels, like checking over the suspension, and all the bolts were slightly copper grease, so nothing was seized. Everything came off dead nice and easy. Everything was torqued to spec. It just shows this car was well taken care of, and yeah. I know why it's been standing for 3 years, but I won't get into that. So yeah, this is the last drive of this car. Like that little bump just then in my other car is you feel like you're taking off, but in this it just glides over it, honestly. Like everything's so tight on this car, like there's almost no play in the steering wheel. And this car is still not slow for today's standards. Shame it's a bit thirsty, but other than that, I think it's a perfect car. It's perfect size, can fit 4, maybe 5 adults if they're a bit friendly into it. So should we do 0 to 60? I think Skoda claimed like 9.5 seconds 0 to 60 when it came out, so I'll put in post what it actually was. It did me well. I'm gonna miss this car so much because it's such a clean example. If I had the space, I would have kept it. This car does not feel like a 20-year-old car. Only thing I really just hate about this car is it's quite thirsty. No matter how you drive it. Other than that, it's pretty good. It can tow a lot. So this car, in the paperwork says it can tow up to 1,500 kilos. And it towed my dad's T5 fully loaded with tools, which empty one weighs about 1,800 kilos with about 400 kilos of tools inside. I mean, he was struggling obviously, like first gear all the way to 5,000 RPM and then second, but he managed it. It's done it. So clutch was a bit smelly, but the car has survived. Right, let me see a new car that will tow 2.2 tons that only claim is allowed to. I've never driven my car in stock form because mine was already modified when I bought it, and I owned that car for almost 3 years before I was able to drive it because of insurance and so on and so forth. So I'm glad I had this experience. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you have any comments or questions about this car, put them in the comments below, and I'll try my best to answer you. '2001 Skoda Octavia 4x4.